Today, I'm going to be running by you several of the weirdest houses in the world. Welcome to Journey Through the Awesome. We cover a lot of weird things on this show, and I hope that I'm able to cover as many weird things as possible to you guys. Things that you guys can see and you'll be like, whoa, what is that? I feel like when we get around to the holiday times, that is a time in particular when you want to look at things that you are like, whoa, that is the most amazing thing that I have ever seen. I can't tell if that's real or if I ingested a bunch of sugar, but that's insane. That is crazy. And that's really a good time because it makes everything more festive and more jolly for us. It makes the jolly times even better because you're looking around and you're like, wow, that's insane. This is an insane world that we live in, that we can all just live in together and see all these crazy things all at once. Isn't this an amazing world? It's just that sense that our lives are so unique and incredible that we can fill them with as many weird things as possible. And among the many weird things that we have in this world, vampires, ghosts, oh wait, all that stuff's fantasy. Okay, among the many actual weird things that we have in this world, there are homes that people could buy and or look at that are completely insane and look completely out of the ordinary from what you as a homeowner may buy on a regular basis. So I'm going to be showing you a list of homes, and then after I show you each home, I want you as the viewer to decide which home you would actually buy in the comments below. And I'm going to actually try to sell these homes. So I'm going to be taking the role of the salesman, of the realtor person who's trying to actually sell you these homes, sell you on why this home is good, basically be a salesman. That guy who shows up in a suit and a creepy smile and is like, this doesn't have cockroaches. There's no bugs under the couches, under the bed. You'll be fine. There's not a guy hiding in the closet with weird things in his coats. There's nothing like that over here. I'm a real salesman. Do you not trust me and my trustworthy smile? First home we have on our list is the house that is shaped like a spaceship. Now, this house was built by Curtis King in 1973. It has a long history that the Wall Street Journal recounted back in 2008, but according to Architect Magazine, every Christmas the owner goes to the spaceship house and he has a giant inflatable alien that wears a Santa Claus hat. Now, there are other facts about the house. It is supposedly cursed, according to a cab driver who drove to a wedding that the writer of this article was apparently going to. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if there are actual aliens living in and or lurking near this house. However, what is true is that it is a 3-bedroom, 2,000 square foot spaceship house in Tennessee, and it rents for far less than the much smaller, not at all spaceship shaped house in Washington, D.C. Because apparently there are multiple spaceship shaped house. Now, as you decide whether you want to rent this house, think about this. In years from now, when the aliens descend upon the worlds, our worlds, not because that was vague, our worlds, and they need to decide whether or not they will colonize the human race, you know who they will go to the least? You, my friend, you will be safe because they will use their technologically advanced microscopes and they will look down on our earth and they will see your house and they'll be like, oh, that's Mark. That's my friend Mark over there. That's my friend Mark. He landed down a long time ago and he's just chilling over here in this area. I see you, Mark. I see you. You're trying to infiltrate the humans and see how well they will respond to our technologies and our communications. I got you, Mark. That's why you my guy. You my number one guy. And then they'll just fly by your house and they'll leave you alone. You will have to work out how you actually look in public when the aliens do descend and they come out of their spaceships. You may have to get a balloon because Hollywood always thinks aliens look like just balloon-headed people. For all we know, aliens could just look like us. So you may not actually have to do anything unless they're always naked. In which case, hey, I mean, you have to commit to the bit, right? You have to commit, maybe go outside and become a nudist. Somewhere in the house, there is actually a control panel that lets you fly to the farthest reaches of the galaxy somewhere. Neil deGrasse Tyson would love this one. The next house that we need to look at is the Big Duck House in New York. This house specifically is located in Flanders, New York. It is an iconic structure, according to this article by Patch, and it symbolizes a sign of home for so many on the East End. According to a post in onlyinyourstate.com, I don't know how legitimate this website is, but it's the internet, so it's always trustworthy, right? The Big Duck is one of 14 strange sights statewide, that's in New York, that will make you stop and look twice. Also, according to the post, out on Long Island, this is a quote, you will find the largest piece of wildlife you have ever laid your eyes on in the state of New York, the Big Duck. You may also be surprised to hear that the glorious duckling has made its way onto the National Register of Historic Places. Hey, so if you are able to rent this place out, you are living in a nationally recognized historic place in the United States. I don't know how important United States history is to you. It's not that important to me. But hey, history, old people, they're probably dead, but they'll look at you and they'll be like, that guy's living in a duck. Everybody else will just be like, all right, that's a duck. Hunters will come at you and shoot your house all the time. I don't know what you can do about that. You can't really do anything. I mean, you're just one person. You probably don't have any guns because you're living in a giant duck. Let's face it, you're supporting wildlife by living here. You probably don't have guns because, guns and plus wildlife never equals things that are good. It's always guns versus wildlife. Wildlife minus guns minus guns plus forest equals minus wildlife. So yeah, all the hunters will be coming after you. You're basically public enemy number one at that point. And so it is one of the bizarre spots in the state. However, the thing about this is the biggest reason why you probably shouldn't try to buy this place is because you actually can't. So inside of this duck house, and this is insane, is a poultry shop. So you buy poultry that's dead cooked birds or not cooked birds. You might have to cook them at home inside of the giant duck. What type of macabre H.P. Lovecraft Twilight Zone story is this? What kind of Looney Tunes universe are we living in where we as the human race have decided, you know what? In our pursuit of killing off all wildlife and making this world our own and dominating like the cavemen descended group of organisms that we are, let's rent out this house, build this structure, make it look like a giant duck, and not even honor the creature that we're building this house after. Let's make it just a facility to sell dead members of this organism species. And whoever came up with that idea, be ashamed of yourself. Be ashamed. I'm actually not going to convince you to buy this house because this is terrible. You won't even be able to anyway. They'll just look at you and say no. And they'll point a gun at you because they think you a duck because you want to live in a duck naturally. It'll be like a weird, less sensible Looney Tunes episode because you're not even a duck, you're just a human, but they'll assume you're a duck because you want to live in a duck. And that's just how ducks work. The last house that I want to show you guys is actually a set of houses. It is the guitar-shaped house. This is more of an idea than anything. However, there are several examples of guitar-shaped houses that you can find pretty much all over the world. One specific example is selling for $650,000. Or at least it was, because in this article by the New York Post, which was released 3 years ago in 2022, this house was selling for $650,000 in Georgia. This guitar-shaped house, which is located on a small bank of land, which is locked in by this water. You can buy this house, you can live here, and it's pretty much just a regular house on the inside. On the outside, though, from the top view of it, it has a balcony and it's entirely shaped like a guitar. So it's really cool. You get to live inside this house, and if you are a fan of rock, if you're a fan of guitar music, I'm not a huge fan, but if you are, you can live inside this house if you have a lot of money. If you don't, you could squat there. I'm not recommending or encouraging that. Don't commit crime. Don't take that away from this episode. Hey, don't go out there and tell people that Kwame told you to go out and commit crime, because I didn't. You're going to do that anyway, aren't you? You're going to go out and squat in somebody's house just because I said that squatting might have been cool. I said that maybe it was okay to invade somebody's house. I'm not the one encouraging this. Okay? I'm not encouraging anarchy. Not 24/7 anyway. Sometimes I am. Like, if I can't afford the bag of Cheetos, I don't eat Cheetos, but if I couldn't afford it, then anarchy to everywhere. Down with governments. Destroy all of the establishment. I don't know. Anyway, this house is really cool. It was built by somebody who enlisted their father to help them with it. And this person named Carden, when asked about how much money he put into it over the years, he laughed and said it was 3 tractor trailer loads of wall. For the guitar strings that are on the outside of the house, on the top, the front, you can actually see it from this sky view picture here. He said that he used cable wires, and for its keys, he used big white balls. What kind of balls? Who knows? This is a family-friendly show, so we are not going to get into the specifics of that. His unusual abode became the subject of newspaper stories. Unfortunately, the media attention did not quite catapult him onto the country music charts. I don't know if he was really trying to be a country music singer or idol or person, icon, whatever, but it's definitely for sure that he has some crazy ideas. And I would love to meet this person in real life because it seems like their ideas are really cool. And they are the determined type of person who will stick to their ideas until they complete it to the fullest. That is the sign of a success story. What do you all think of these houses? Which one would you stay in? Let me know down in the comments below what you would stay in. Let me know if I did a good job as a salesperson and if I could be a realtor. Could I actually sell you a house? I'm not sure if I could. And honestly, if I was in a real situation trying to sell a real house, I'd be like, oh, this house is boring. These floorboards all break apart. There's cockroaches everywhere. There's a man hiding underneath the floor. Good luck finding a new house because apparently I just sold you one that's not that good and is also shaped like a duck.